Have you ever wanted to ride? Do you ride and you think to yourself your skills could be just a little bit better? Do you know somebody in your family who says, I want a motorcycle, I want a motorcycle, and you think to yourself, I don't know, it sounds good. Well, guess what? There are a couple of fellows out here with a place where you can learn as much as you possibly can about riding motorcycles and to be the safest you possibly can. Hello, Rick Ford and David White. Welcome to AM 1220 KHTS.
Good afternoon. Pleasure to be here.
Okay, motorcycle training. I have to tell you, I'm a girl, but I've always wanted to, ride like one of the scooters, but even those, you need to get a motorcycle license, right? Or a special license for that?
That is correct, yes. You have to have a motorcycle license for anything above 50 cc.
Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense to me because it's a totally different animal than a car, isn't it? I mean, to be able to drive one of those, there's a part of me that thinks, oh, how different could it be? Put the key in the ignition and go. But no, there's stuff you could. So walk me through a little bit about what you guys teach. It's not just motorcycles. You have a few different kinds of motorcycles. You teach street motorcycles. You have a dirt bike school?
Right.
So there's a way to learn that too? They don't just throw a kid on it and send him out to...
Yeah. No. Our whole goal is to try to bring down the fatalities and the crashes of motorcycle riders in the state of California.
What are the statistics on something like that? I would imagine it's
Extremely
pretty high. And, I've seen the signs, share the road. And I know sometimes drivers, they are so busy, like changing lanes at the last minute. There's a part of me that thinks in addition to training the motorcycle riders, maybe we should train the other drivers too. Would that probably be a good idea?
It definitely would help. One of the things that we try to teach people is we give them the skills they need, not just to control the motorcycle, but skills that will help them out in the real world, protect themselves. We give them strategies. We teach them different types of things that they can look for and to do, and we try to make things become second nature.
Because people are going to be chowderheads, and you do have to sort of think ahead and then know what to do when that happens.
Exactly. We have an acronym that we use, but the acronym breaks down.
Is it radio friendly?
Yes.
Okay.
It's called SIPTE, but it stands for Search, Identify, Predict, Decide, and Execute. So if you're using this strategy all the time, I mean, you're always searching. You're always looking for hazards that could interfere with the way that you ride a motorcycle.
Right.
And you identify these, you predict what could happen, and you make a decision on how to avoid that. So you're constantly trying to avoid everybody else that's not paying attention.
Yeah, so I would think that absolutely would be an issue. So tell me a little bit about what to expect if let's say I do decide to buy that hot pink little scooter I've been thinking about, actually red, not hot pink. And how do I come to you, and what can I expect from a class, or how long is the training process, and how, can you give me a little bit about if I'm a newbie and I come to you, and tell me what does that look like? Well,
there's several programs that we offer, but the basic program, it's 6.5 hours of classroom and 10 hours of actual on motorcycle riding. You average about 28 miles over the course of 2 days on a physical motorcycle. We supply you with the bikes, we give you the helmet, the gloves, the glasses.
So I basically just show up.
That's exactly correct.
I can drive there. I don't have the motorcycle yet, so I just drive there, and then you walk me through with all the things I'm going to need.
Exactly.
And so it works similarly with like the dirt bike school. Let's say I have an 18-year-old son. He hasn't expressed interest in this, but boy, wouldn't that just knock his socks off if I took him to dirt bike school one day. Guess what we're doing? So walk me through what dirt bike school might look like.
Basically, the dirt bike schools from ages 6 to 12 and then 13.
6 years old?
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am.
Oh. And I did my hair and everything, and you called me sir. I'm so offended.
Too many years of military.
Too many years of
Everybody's a sir.
Everybody looks. What is it when the whole world, something's a problem, everything looks like a nail or whatever when you're a hammer? Okay, so 6 years old until, like my grandma could go to dirt bike
absolutely.
school.
It's just if you want to learn how to ride dirt bikes, it's more of a family orientated. A lot of the parents will bring their young kids out, and it's just a one-day course of learning how to ride motorcycles, primarily dirt bikes. and the whole family gets involved.
All right. Well, I'm going to do traffic, and we're going to double check what's going on. And don't go anywhere. I want to talk to you a little bit more. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Hometown station traffic every 10 minutes and checking in with the California Highway Patrol. If you're traveling on the 5 South at McBean Parkway, there has been a report of a hit and run. There are no injuries. The vehicles are over on the right shoulder. That may or may not cause some slowing as people slow down to see what is going on. And if you were in that area and you saw anything, I bet the Highway Patrol would very much like to talk to you. If you're traveling on the 5 North at the Castaic Scales, there's a tractor trailer blocking the 3 and 4 lane with the driver outside of the vehicle in front moving debris from the lanes. That's a lot of hazards going on. A person, a tractor trailer, debris. Be careful as you travel through there because speeds are very high this time of night on the 5 North. 5 South at Rye Canyon, earlier incident closed, may still be causing a little residual slowing as people clear through that area. And since we're on the topic of slowing, well, let's just keep talking about it. If you're on the 5 North, you are slow and go from the 118 connector until you reach the 514 split. Beyond that, the drive is pretty nice. If you're on the 126, slow and go from Franklin Parkway until the 5 connector. And then if you go on the 5 South, well, you're still slow and go, and I don't know where you're leaving us. Where are you going? You're slow and go until Cal Grove. If you're coming on the 14, well, you know it's this time of night that we have this. For 3.1 miles of real estate, you are going about 40 miles an hour, which will be back to speed limit by the time you reach Golden Valley. If you're on the 405, you have my sympathy. I got nothing to say. If you're on the 118, slow and go from Winnetka until the 405 connector. Once you get to Santa Clarita, once you get past all that gumminess, you're going to be happy to see us. If you see things, call 298-KHTS, 298-5487.
Brought to you by your Southern California Acura dealers in the 2015 Acura RDX. Take a test drive today or visit SoCalAcuraDealers.com.
We're going to continue to talk to Rick Ford and David White, who are here from Top Gun Motorcycles. All right, so you can take a total novice, bring them in, teach them a little bit. You're also going to be at the Home and Garden Show, the KHTS Home and Garden Show and Emergency Expo. What are you going to be doing there? What kind of things are you going to show us? You're going to talk people through the process, and is it the kind of thing where you have a motorcycle there and talk about dangers and statistics so that when people come,
the various types of motorcycles there, a lot of brochures, ways to get a hold of us, and just basically talk to people about how to become safer motorcycle riders.
Perfect. I love that. You have 3 promises you offer to people that come to your schools. And first of all, tell me, where are the schools located?
We have one in Santa Clarita. We have one in Palmdale, and we have one in Shafter.
Bakersfield?
Yeah, Bakersfield area.
It's a little foreign to me too, Bakersfield area. All right, and if you'd like to learn more, you can go visit their website, which is topgunmc.com. And the 3 promises, you promise people specific, measurable, demonstrable riding skills, right?
Correct.
And then a basic understanding of how the bike works.
How the bike works, how you work with the bike.
And then you help tell them that you promise that they'll be able to recognize risks out on the road, know what the solution is, and to be able to manage them on the fly. So basically all that multitasking that has to happen in the brain, you help teach people how to do that.
Exactly.
I have to say, you have, in return, you're asking for 3 promises from people, and I think this is just a general good rule of thumb that everybody should follow. You want people to keep an open mind, regardless of skill or experience, because I know sometimes when you teach people, they already know everything. So we'll have none of that. You're going to come in and keep an open mind regardless of what you do know. You accept the coaching from your instructors because that's important, and respect the learning of your peers. I just think everybody should have a little sign in their pocket, and that's how they should behave. Rick Ford and David White, looking forward to seeing both of you at the KHTS Home and Garden Show and Emergency Expo, April 25th and 26th. Again, if you would like to learn more about Top Gun Motorcycle School, Motorcycle Training of California, go to topgunmc.com. Thank you so much for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you in April.
Thank you very much.
And one of you has a long drive back. You be careful with that.